Hello everyone, this is DavidViadel23 and welcome to the Mandrago's Cave. Today we are gonna be drawing Nami from One Piece, Nami the Cat Burglar, or how I like to call her, the Queen of the Pirates. So basically this is one of those drawings like the previous video, One Piece previous video, that I'm drawing one of the Straw Hats, okay? And I have some theories, I have some ideas, and I don't think anything that I'm gonna be talking today is gonna happen now, okay? But I think it's worth to mentioning here in the video and everything, okay? Have you realized how many drawings in covers, specials, color spreads, color walls everywhere? You know, all the straw hats have importance, yes, in some of them, but Nami is always portrayed as the queen with the crown and everything, with cape as well and everything. There are plenty of drawings portraying this. This does not mean that you know, Luffy and Nami are a couple or something like this, because I think Oda is playing with Luffy the Goku and Chi-Chi card here. Basically, Luffy is as ignorant as Goku, and when Goku meets Chi-Chi, Chi-Chi says, "Oh, we will marry, blah blah blah," and then it ends up happening, okay, without more thought about whatever is happening there. So I think it's gonna play this card with Luffy and Hancock, something like this. And Nami obviously is an adventurer. Nami goes on her own thingy and nothing to do with Luffy. I like this all these couples that people always do and everything, and you can see like, oh, Robin and Zorro and these things, but I don't think we're gonna see any kind of love as such in the group. First of all, because this is a shonen, and second of all, because after so many years, it has. I don't think it has any kind of importance for me. I don't want to know that. I don't want to see that, and I don't think anyone wants to, basically. So she's the boss. Nami is the boss. She's the one who moves them around the world, controls the money, basically keeps them alive in the sense of responsibility, and as well. I'm drawing, as you can see here, short hair Nami, pre-time skip Nami. I always talk about these things. Most of my favorite designs from One Piece are pre-time skip. I grew up with those, and it gives me a lot of nostalgia, and I think I enjoy more the designs that way. Maybe some people has the same opinion as me, other people no, but I think this is something that each one of us, fans of One Piece, enjoy in one way or another. I like the designs nowadays, yes, as well, with Nami, with Robin, with all the Straw Hats and everything, but the concept of Nami girl and fighter and being a badass who is traveling the ice blue to achieve money and to steal money from everywhere, you don't see that anymore in Nami, and they made her more cute and nice and everything, and I think Oda could bring her back a little bit, because I miss that Nami. That's why I wanna go today for one of the original designs of Nami from the very beginning in her own saga, in the Arlong saga, okay? You know, typical Arlong tattoo. This image is reference from I think it is the blue color walk compendium. There are plenty of Straw Hat references there, very nice ones. So let's do. I don't normally draw this shape, but I think it is a very nice type of drawing for and posture for what I wanna explain today, okay, in the video. I'm missing a little bit that ruthless Nami, okay. Together with Usopp, we know that both of them are the most human in the crew. I need to see her a bit more pirate, okay, as I said, a little bit more ruthless. I know that it is a character as such, but, and this is like how Nami is now, but I know at the end, for example, with ulti and everything in Onigashima battle, we see that she was gonna die. Ulti was gonna kill her, and crying, she accepts Luffy as the king, and there's no coming back from there. So now she got very pumped in power, so she had a power up after the Whole Cake Island with Zeus and everything, and I can't wait to see her fighting more, like having to encounter someone like now we are seeing in Egghead, but maybe Nami having to solo the enemy and destroy it with Zeus, because Zeus is now one of her abilities, let's say abilities, to say it quick and easy. So she is sitting in this reference, she's sitting like this. I love to do character sitting. I have Saturn sitting as well, that I will put Saturn there so you can have a look. And we have as well in the channel, I think I made a couple of characters sitting as well. Hiruluk was sitting, and someone else that I will remember in a moment, and I will tell you as well. But feel free to sail through the channel and find those videos and yeah, let's talk about all these videos. I'm gonna move this a little bit because all the Nami, like all the designs, had very big feet, and I love it. This initial type of drawings of Oda is something that I love. This massive feet that they had. This is the famous sandals that she was wearing all the time. Okay. So Nami is one of the originals, okay, and the East Blue team, it demands more story. Luffy, Zoro, Nami, Usopp, Sanji, these are the ones that they need more story, and they have more story, okay. Remember, she basically was a slave with Arlong, okay, and all these guys that I've been mentioning at the beginning, all of them had double flashback, okay. Obviously, all of this is a speculation because there is not much Nami background for us to create a lot of future events, but all of this is speculation. But I have a couple of points that may make you think a little bit to see if this can happen or not, okay. So basically, Luffy had a double flashback, Zoro had a double flashback with the Kosaburo and everything, Sanji with the Germa 66, Usopp will have his own now as well in Elbaf with the whole Elbaf, Shanks, Yasop story. He needs to have a second flashback as well. And the others, the rest of the crew, I don't mind. I don't mind if you give me a second flashback for Frankie or for Brook, but all of them already have kind of things going on in different times of time, okay? So basically, I think she is from the past. I think Nami is from the past, from 800 years ago, and when the battle with Joy Boy happened and everything, and there is a similar situation with the Shanks baby concept and God Valley. So she was basically sent to another time, sent to another place, like Kuma was sending everyone in God Valley, and all of this to be saved. I think she even may be Nerona family, the queen of the world, because the concept of Imu, okay, the concept of she is embedded in this topic in One Piece, that is money and royalty, I would say, because these drawings of as a queen, always as a queen. Luffy is the king, she is the queen, and it will be like if Luffy is not the king, she is gonna be the queen, not because she's the partner or the lover or the girlfriend or whatever, but because she is a pirate and is badass. Okay, so all the concept of Terrorito, money, queen of the world, I see it on her, that it may have kind of foreshadowed a little bit or kind of inspired the whole concept of Imu. Okay, so Let's keep drawing a little bit. She's sitting there, we only see one side, and this is the other. I love this design, and I enjoy it more drawing it as well than the newer designs. I just want to try to do a couple of basic big feet, a couple of basic shapes before we start filling with color. Okay, just double checking if we are on frame. Yes, we are on frame. I don't want to leave this part out because we are doing a mandarin here. Okay, and then the eyes. Pointy nose, like Nami always has this cute pointy nose. Okay, maybe this arm I made it a little bit too big. Yeah, like this. Something like this is interesting, yeah. Maybe we're missing the hand. So I think she was moved in time forward to be saved, like in despair, with Nojiko. It will have the importance that Oda wants to give to her, okay? Because I believe this thing to be big. She gets to be super friends with Bibi straight away when they meet, because she's the second girl, there are no more girls around in the group, etc. And I think, maybe, but I think it's because the whole story with Lily from Bibi ancestor from the past, Lily and Imu 800 years ago, and the possible swap of the bodies. I have this theory about Imu, Lilith being inside, well, Imu being inside Lily's body, and when we see, I'm gonna put it there so you can see it, when we see Imu reveal, we are gonna see Bibi's face, because Bibi looks exactly like the ancestor Lily. So I think there is the Ope, all of this is used with the Ope. I'm gonna put a bunch of theories in the show more section down there, because it's kind of one of those things that I always talk in the channel about the concept of duality and the swap of bodies with lost fruit, and I think it can be very important, I would say, for the theory. Okay, so that one I will link one there. I will put some there at the bottom, more at the bottom. Okay, let's do. This is the left hand. Just kind of grabbing this like this. Okay. As I always say, this is my cartoony Nami in reference from the original design, and yeah. Enjoying a lot doing the main characters. Last week I done Brooke. You can see it as well. You can see it as well in the show more sections. I have mini theories and some comments for all of them, especially the main crew. But today is Nami, and I hope you enjoy it. So feel free to subscribe, like, comment, and all these things. It helps the channel. It helps me to see what do you like, what do you want to see. Feel free as well to request whatever you want to see in the channel, like any specific character that you haven't seen yet. Just drop a comment and I will draw it at some point. I will find a nice theory and I will draw it at some point. And I will just gather my thoughts about that character. But let's continue with Nami. Let's go back in time to Nojiko in chapter 11-15, like a couple of months ago, like 1 month or 2 months ago, more or less, just to put these things in perspective. Okay, so Vegapunk reveals the sunken world message, and how there were multiple vast continents and the ancient conflict, he calls it. And that all of these things happened around 1,000 years ago, but he doesn't have the whole picture, okay? This is Vegapunk explaining this on the top, and then on the right, and on the left panel, you see Kokoyashi village. And Nojiko, the brother, the sister of Nami, is living. And why is leaving? Because she does not care about whatever Vegapunk is gonna say in his finale, in his message, end message. She leaves. Genso, the guy with the scars and the police outfit kind of looking. He says, "Where are you going? Stay, blah." And he says, "No, I just have to take care of the mandarin field, the mandarin orchard." And so, if you know a little bit about mandarins or about oranges, they don't require 24/7 attention, okay? You need to water them and everything and take care of the trees and everything, but if you know what I mean, it is a process of growing, like all the plants, all the trees, all the fruits and everything, and you don't need to be on the field 24/7. If something important is happening, like this message, you are completely free to listen it, but you say you can't listen, no? You need to do the field. This is just an excuse because, as I said, she does not care. Why? Because she knows all of this already. She was a little bit older than Nami when Bellemere found them, older enough to realize why they were being moved into the future, why they lost in that situation. She knew at that point the world was flooding. I think that was the war that they come from, the war from 800 years ago. She saw it. And there was a war, obviously, there, because they end up in another war, in another battlefield. So basically she knows, Nojiko knows, that someone sent them in time, probably Toki, that Toki is the one who had the fruit at that point, and then she traveled as well in time, because this needs to be related to Joy Boy somehow. Imu, Joy Boy, all of these are the key players from the East Blue. Okay, and the story was told for 5 years, so there are going to be characters that will show up every now and then, that they are important for the story, especially all of these people from the East Blue. Okay, so just let's. I know it's crazy, and you may say, "Oh, what are you talking about? This and that." But I said at the beginning of the video, I'm speculating for being a One Piece fan, ages and ages, rereading and rewatching One Piece 1,000 times, and you know, I have my own theories, my own conclusions, and if I try to gather my thoughts and think what Nami could be involved with and what kind of flashback we could get about Nami, 100% I think it's related to all of this I'm telling you today. So yeah, I will welcome comments and your opinion, because it's funny. It's interesting topic. It's funny, and I think it can be very, very nice. Let's try to do. This baton that she has, that she used to fight a lot with this baton, and then as we evolved in the story, it changed. Just keep doing the face a little bit to see if we can. We can achieve a little bit of Nami here. Okay. I like so much Oda's style and Oda's design for the original characters. As I said before, it's something that it's bigger than me. I look at them and it's like so beautiful, so nice. Let's do this other side of the arm here, and then we will do the tattoo later in a bit, and when we do the rest. I want, as well as I always do, draw it a little bit loose. I don't want to, now that we kind of have the face more or less, just want to do this a little bit more loose. Like this. I'm very happy as well with the One Piece live action, that they picked this actress for Nami and everything, and they made her look like normal, not like exaggerated like now and everything, and I'm enjoying it a lot as well. I can't wait to see the second season. But let's go back a little bit to what I was saying. So, like, for example, have you ever traveled to another country, like maybe a little bit more exotic or different from your type of living, that you, one of those adventure trips, for example, no, that maybe you go to the doctor before, or there are some recommendations to travel, and they may say, oh, you may need some vaccines, you know, a couple of things for maybe this type of fever, or for your belly, or for this or for that. and like maybe a sprays for the mosquitoes, and you know, or pills maybe, because basically you don't have antibodies, okay? If you are European and you travel to China and you drink water from the tap, or you drink ice cubes in your drink, in your Coca-Cola, whatever, for example, you may end up with belly ache, very uncomfortable, or diarrhea, things like this, because your system, your immunological system is not made for that area, let's say, okay? So who fell sick in Little Garden? In the island that is stuck in the past, because of mosquito bite, Nami. And we end up having to find the Doctor, Kureha, and the Chopper Sagat for this. Kureha is, what the hell? Where the hell have you been? Have you been walking around a prehistoric island or something like that? And yes, that's Little Garden, and she got stung there. But the others didn't have this problem, and I think Oda can play with this kind of situation and make the excuse that they had antibodies that evolved in time from the prehistoric time. That is that mini saga, and they were not affected because they were as well half naked there and everything, and nothing happened to them. At the beginning of the story of the One Piece, I think this was just merely chance that, okay, Nami's gonna fall sick because this and because of that, and that's it. But to be honest, at the time that we are in the story now, that Oda is kind of giving us these double flashbacks for everyone, I think it can be very interesting if he decides to play this card. To be honest, I will love it. I will love it. Let's do. It has some kind of flowers around the dress, like this in line. Okay. As I said at the beginning, I know this is a crazy idea, a crazy concept, but we are speculating about what Nami can give us to the story, and what we can find in the story for her. Okay, that's looking nice. This is gonna be sitting on grass. The circles, the famous circles that she has here. Okay. So basically, the human race moves in time, and it creates antibodies for different type of illness and things. No, if like in the time of the conquistadors, the Spanish conquistadors going to South America and everything, they brought from Spain and you know, European areas, they brought flu, and the people living there, they didn't have antibodies for flu, and a lot of people died because of this. And you know, it was like global pandemic, but on that side it was like in that area a pandemic because of these things. And I think Oda is trying to represent this with this Little Garden concept. Okay, so the people traveling there in the present, let's say, the conquistadors, let's say Luffy, Zoro, and everyone, they didn't get sick because they already knew that, because it was evolved in during the years. But Nami in this case, that it was like the people living there, she moved from another time, a time that they didn't have antibodies for that type of illness, and then she got there in Little Garden, stuck by the mosquito, and she got sick. And Oda could play this card. I will love it. Let's do, this is Mandarin there. Okay. And as well, please feel free again to tell me in the comments what do you think about this, and if it is being too crazy. I have a lot of kind of things that support this concept, this theory. Okay, that slowly I'm gonna be sharing with you, but I need to focus as well a little bit in doing the drawing. Like this, big feet as we said before, like it like this. 1, 2, 3, little one, and a big one. Okay, this crooked type of feet as well. I love it when Oda designed this. Master of drawing, this guy, master of drawing. If you are watching this, thank you very much for One Piece. Let's do this. Okay, we kind of have this one here. Okay, What Nami did you like more? The one now? Thinking about the story, not thinking about the beautiful or the sexiness and all these things. Thinking about Nami as a character. As I'm explaining, don't be ashamed of if you like more the old Nami to share it here, because I'm in that team as well. So let's do the fingers here. One, two, three, four. We're missing this one here. 5. Okay, well, something like this is a little experiment there in the hand. A little bit weird, but it will work. Okay. So I think that thing can be a very strong point for what Nami can explain to us or can give to us in the future. Okay, just think about this, about the illness, about the antibodies and everything. So 1121 in One Piece 1121 called the ebb and flow of ages. All the players for the end game are there. Okay, you have this final double spread with the Yonkos and the rest of the characters, very important characters that I talk about it in another video. And the Nami is the giant color spread in the middle. Okay, I talked about a little bit Frankie in that video as well, but basically Nami is a giant Nami there, and everyone is around her, and she's the boss, she's the queen, and she's an important character for the end of the story. I think Oda is telling this. Okay, all of these are the big players for the end of the story, but pay attention to Nami. Look how big I'm drawing her, and how nice I'm drawing her, and how cheeky I'm drawing her, and need to think that she was a former slave in the Arlong crew, that Arlong was a son pirate, like Jinbei. And then she has become now the queen of the Sun God crew. Okay? So basically, when we meet Jinbei in the story, we have this mini, it's not a flashback, but it's just a mini comeback to Arlong, to Jinbei. Jinbei apologizes to Nami. Nami says it's okay, everything is forgiven. Sanji's upset with Jinbei and everything. Oh, because of you, blah, 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 because you accepted Shichibukai. Look, my Nami, how had to suffer and everything. But Nami goes to him and say, yeah, it's okay, all is good now. Basically, that is not a flashback like we had with Sanji. That is not something that we have enough. Okay, we need more info, and it's coming. It's coming soon. It's coming in Elbaf. It's coming now in the final saga, and I think Oda is keeping it for the last. I think we are gonna have Usopp, kind of second flashback first. Okay, and then we are getting all of this story with Nami and who. Really Nami is. Is he actually a Nerona family? I think she is. Because you need to close the story, okay? And we need to see that. We want to see that as well. This is looking very, very, very nice, very beautiful. So this is a little bit of grass that I'm gonna be adding here on the side. There are some kind of rocks here. This is a little mound there. Little mound on the east blue. Original Nami, my favorite Nami, definitely. Skypiea Nami as well. I was debating myself to do one or to do the other, but finally decided for this one. Skypiea Nami, I love it. We know NL was, or still is, the endgame character. Check this video that I'm gonna put here about Enel. I think he is related to Uranus. I think Enel represents the Tenryubito, the god who is not a god. And Nami was gonna go with him to save her neck, okay, in the Maxim. There enters Usopp and Sanji to save her, etc. Blah, blah, blah. But as I always say, One Piece was meant to last 5 years, and basically Enel was the final bad guy there. So this was meant to be some kind of finale, fighting against the god. Like now we are fighting against the Gorosei and Imu, okay? And who was there? Kind of kidnapped, and Enel wanted to take her with him, Nami. Is this foreshadowing from Imu's story? Yes. What Imu wants now? What Enel, Imu, the god, what does he or she want? Bibi is the Nakama of Nami, and Nami needs to be blood related, I think, to Imu from the past. It can be very interesting, that game there. So after Skype, all of us wanted, oh my god, Nami with NL fruit, so cool, yes please. A lot of fan art online. Most probably Oda heard us, saw us, and said, you know what, I'm not gonna give her the NL fruit, I'm not gonna give her electricity fruit, but I'm gonna give her a cloud from a Yonko who can control, as well as atmospheric phenomenon, like the Zeus, it's gonna be in the baton, and she's gonna be basically like she had NL fruit. And there we have it now, and it is very, very epic. So those are some clues, I think, some clues that Oda is kind of giving, slowly giving one after another for me. It's kind of keeping her for later. There is some mysticism and magic about the hat as well, okay? And it's kind of the hat calls to you. We have Joy Boy, Roger, Shanks, Luffy, etc. Imu with the frozen hat and everything. It hides something, it hides a meaning, it hides a soul, it hides like a special haki, special desire, a special something, okay? The hat represents this sense of freedom for me and the power, okay? Luffy has given Nami the hat in countless situations, okay? Or the hat has been saved by Nami or fixed by Nami in countless situations. Always, you know, for safekeeping, as a token and an unspoken promise, Nami takes care of the hat, always. And against Boggy, for example, when Nami fixes it, against Arlong, when Luffy gives it to her, when in the Maxim saga, the kind of final saga for this 5 years plan, she has it on the belt all the time, because while Luffy's fighting, it drops it in color spreads, you find it in plenty of the drawings. Luffy, like everyone, will have to die sooner or later, okay? And it is my belief, I think, and it is my desire that Luffy will give the hat to Nami. I think he needs to leave the hat to Nami. She will receive it, and then because we have seen her many times with the hat, and then she will be the person who will pass the hat for the next generation. Okay, that I think it may be this Shanks baby that he has with one second there. She has with it slipped from my mind completely the name of the girl in Luffy's town, from the pub, from the bar. So feel free as well to put it in the comments. But you know who I mean, the one with the green hair. And it's funny to think that it slipped from my mind, because I'm One Piecing all day. So here's a little bit of green. She's very nicely designed with these colors. The beginning coat coloring is everything for Oda, and having her with orange and green, the same tones that you find in Tangerine, is very beautiful, very interesting. Okay, like this. This has a little tiny different color there. As I was saying, I think the hat needs to have some sort of wheel. We have seen that whatever hat Imu has in his clutches, or her clutches in the frozen chamber, it is not the same hat that Luffy has, obviously, because it is a different one, okay? And so that means it's like, oh, that hat was Joy Boy's hat. Then the inheritance wheel and all of these things always mentioned in One Piece is the hat and inheritance, but it can be, I think the hat, it's a token, a representation. I will talk in another video only about the hat and what options we can see with the hat and everything, because we haven't had much information yet, and obviously this hat that Luffy has may be maybe Joy Boy's hat, that if in generations it went moving towards the towards Luffy in the future. But Oda could say, no, this is just another hat, and people from there, they were using just hats, and he can find her own explanation for this, okay? What I'm saying is that there is a connection between the hat, Imu, because it's in the frozen place, and the Luffy giving it to Nami all the time. We haven't seen Luffy giving the hat to anyone else, to be honest, if you think about it. I think I have a little bit of 0.8 here to do the skirt, black skirt in this design. Nami at the beginning. Okay. Yeah, so please feel free to tell me what's your opinion about this. I know it's a very strong theory about strong speculation, but we need a double flashback. Okay, so the hat needs to have some sort of will, like the fruits, because we have seen all of this, as I said, like a promise from Roger to Shanks, from Shanks to Luffy, and probably Luffy will give the hat to Nami to give it to the next one, that is gonna be Shanks' kid. And I have a very nice theory about Shanks dying prior meeting Luffy, because the storytelling demands that. I mean, I wanna cry with the story, and Nami comes in there as well. Feel free to check it. I'm gonna put here the Shanks theory. It is very interesting, and as well, feel free to comment there about that theory. Let's do the skirt in black. We are almost done. Today it's quite a straightforward drawing, and we are almost done. Just need to add the final details here. A little bit of grass, a little bit of dark. I want to use a little bit of dark as well. And the tattoo, let's not forget the tattoo. Let's do first the tattoo. I'm gonna do it in black. I'm gonna do it in black here. So we see this line. I picked this drawing basically because it's showing basically all the things I wanted to talk. In this drawing, Nami represents all the things I wanted to talk about today. About Bellemere and Nojiko, the move from the past, about Nami the fighter here, Nami the dreamer as well, Nami the queen sitting here in her throne, in her tangerine throne and everything. Very, very nice. Okay. Yeah, something like this. Something like this, it will work. And you know what I need here? You know what I need here? Luffy's hat. I think it can be very suitable for this theory that we do. We draw there Luffy's hat. It's gonna be like this, like similar to when he leaves it for a time skip there and everything. Let's do the buggy sign, because buggy marked it forever, and that's one of those things of continuation that I would love to see more in One Piece. The hat is damaged there. It got damaged in that episode, fighting with Buggy and everything. He damaged it on purpose, and I want to see it. There is some of the movies, and sometimes it is shown very nice, and yeah, I want it. I want it there. Let's paint. I'm gonna need a little bit more of red, especially because this is kind of a pinky. I choose this one to do the baton here, the staff that he wears to fight. But I need a little bit more of red for this, yeah. There. and we need obviously yellow. I don't think I ever drawn Nami before, and I'm so pleased with this drawing. I need green olive, one of my favorite colors. That's his leg as well. Okay. So the whole NL story with Nami and everything, as I said, that was endgame already. That was endgame. And before that, they said to Oda, this is being magnificent. This One Piece is excellent. It's big. Let's make it. Let's make something bigger. Let's extend the story and everything. The story started to get extended. You had plenty of new characters coming in and everything. The Yonkos, because all of this before was all about Shichibukai. Basically, the Shichibukai was kind of the big finale, the fight and everything, and then you had the figure of Enel. That Enel was the god. Okay, the god reference there in the story, and but then the story got extended, so all these characters moved a little bit into a secondary level, let's say, on a secondary level. Okay, looking very nice. Looking very, very nice, this. What are your thoughts on Nami? What do you think Nami it's leading to? Nami can't just draw a map of the world and that's it. And when you have all of this importance given to Luffy, to Zoro, now to Sanji, then, you know, from the very beginning we are missing only Nami. I would love to see a little bit, a tiny bit more of lore. That is the word that I'm looking for, lore. I want to see Nami's lore. I want to see from what battle Bellemere found them. Is this current battle? And it cannot be God Valley, because God Valley is too far in time. That at that time Shanks was a baby, so it's far in time. Okay. But at the same time, oh, that's a plane. 1 second. But at the same time can be any fight happening against around the East Blue or in the Goa Kingdom as well, and then she decided to retire in the neighboring town and everything. So yeah, I can't wait to see and to know and to learn more about Nami. I fancy adding a tiny bit of line work in a moment. I think just a few lines for the hair to define a little bit the hair here and the ear. Okay. Nice. Very, very nice. And as I said, I don't think that's gonna happen yet, okay? All of these things I'm talking about Nami, about the past, about the time travel, and all of these things, and if Oda is making us go into the realm of time travel, is because something bigger than Oden and Toki happens there. You know, they're introducing as well, they're connecting all of these things with the ancient weapons and the Momo, Bibi, Shirahoshi, all of these things from the past, from 800 years ago and everything, and it would be very fitting if Nami's story is heading towards that way. towards that way, because if not, yeah, I don't know what else Oda could do with her to give her a proper finale, because all the maps that she's been drawing, okay, all the maps that she's been drawing, now she's gonna have to redraw, okay, because if the world is singing, that some parts of the world will end up singing, and there are islands that she charted already that they need to be recharted and redrawn, and there are places that they visited that probably they are already underwater, like Tonjit and all of these people. So yeah, I think there are evidences enough with all these clues from the pre-time skip, especially with Nami, that it gives me the vibe, the feeling that ancient time lore and Emu related lore is coming with Nami, and that's why we leave her for the last, as I said. Now we go into Elbaf, we follow whatever Usopp is going to be doing in Elbaf. I have theories about that as well in the channel, feel free to have a look. And when we finish with Usopp, it will be only Nami left without a second flashback from the originals. It needs to happen. It needs to happen. I didn't expect, Zorro and Wano people. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect Sanji to be the cyborg person. He's basically a half experiment. I didn't expect that. And so Oda, I don't think Oda is gonna do basically all of them and leave Nami outside. Just a couple of lines and we are done. I'm enjoying like a kid doing these videos, talking theories, sharing it with all of you. I enjoying as well, see the comments and people interacting, and yeah, I say it in all the videos, but I'll say it again. If you have any kind of request of a character that you wanna see, I'm open to do to do it and investigate and put my thoughts together about whatever character it's I'm trying to touch them all slowly, and there is no rush. And even if One Piece finishes and I can be here still doing theories or supposed plans that they may do, I will try to, yeah. So I think we're done. I'm very happy with this. Just gonna give a little bit of light to the face with the eraser, because it still has a little bit of a sketch from the original sketch, okay. And yeah, there it is, my favorite Nami design. A little bit of sadness in her face, a little bit of dreamy face, because she's been oppressed her whole life, and this topic of slavery, guillotines, 10 ryobitos are the pinnacle of the slavers, and they basically use everyone that they find around for their own will. They don't consider the slaves people, and Nami's story is all about that, and it will make sense for me if she is kind of connected to the biggest of the 10 ryobitos, that is Imu. It will make a lot of sense. Okay, so I'm gonna sign because we are finished for today. Okay, this is DavidViadel23, DavidViadel23. You can say it as you want, and this is the Mandragon's Cave. I hope you enjoyed the video and the drawing, the theory and all the comments. I know it's a very crazy theory, a very crazy speculation and even fan fiction and everything, but I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you very much. Like, subscribe and all these things, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.